Welcome to Wales for the 14th and final round, the championship decider of the World Rally Championship. The Rally of Great Britain, the most compact ever route, based all in Wales, in the Welsh forests, and centred in the city of Cardiff, the capital of the country. So here we are then. It's been 10.5 long months, thousands of gruelling miles of staged competition, and tens of thousands more of testing come down to this. Two drivers separated by 9 points. Richard Burns and Marcus Grönholm, the Brit and the Finn. Burns, winner on this event the last 2 times, needs to win it again, and Marcus Grönholm to be out of the top 5 to seal his dream of a first ever world title. Can the Englishman do it? Well, let's catch up with the two rivals.
2 points, yes, would be the best, but okay. And it's difficult. I have to still have to run quite fast, and it's not easy, so I have to do a normal rally, I think.
Well, I am, you know, in many ways the result on this rally is so clear-cut what I have to achieve that I don't have anything else to worry about, you know. The championship can only be mine if I do win, and even then it relies on a bit of bad luck on Marcus's part, so I could just have to concentrate on my side of the job and let him get on with his.
Ford lost all chances of a World Championship title this year after an unfortunate Rally Australia, with Sainz excluded and McRae retiring with an engine failure. But don't count McRae out for this year's win. Who do the drivers think will win, though?
Well, Marcus has, I'm sure he has a lot of pressure, the same than Richard, but he has been very strong the whole year, so you never know what can happen, but it seems that he has much of the championship under control at the moment.
He's got a difficult job. To drive round and finish 5th is a lot more difficult than it sounds. It's a lot easier just to fight for the lead, and I think that's probably what he'll do.
The gloves are off, and the press and the world expecting a good close fight from the two men. Now, the 3-day compact event has eschewed the original opening Sunday of Mickey Mouse stages and started, in fact, on Thursday night in Cardiff. Now, that's the championship situation. The driver's title's still open, but Burns needs 10 points for victory and for Grönholm to get less than 2, which will be the 5th place position. Peugeot already the manufacturer's champion, courtesy of the exclusion of winner of the event in Australia, Tommi Mäkinen. So Cardiff then at night time, no more Sunday house stages to start the Rally of Great Britain. In fact, it now finishes on Sunday. Richard Burns doing his very best head-to-head with Marcus Grönholm. They finished level on time.
Yes, I didn't understand how quick we have to start. I didn't have the boost on, so I missed the start.
But you really battled back, you came right back into it, and you have identical times.
Same time?
Same time.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad at all, but the rally all lives and dies in the forests, and it was a cold, wet and foggy morning when the first cars hit the road for the first of the forest stages. Richard Burns, though, 21st on stage 2. Gives you an idea of just how bad the conditions are. Second car on the road in the early morning light. Burns with damage to the rear of the car after that incident. Dropped nearly 40 seconds.
I misjudged where the turning in point for a corner was, and hit something on the inside of the corner, and it destroyed the rear wheel bearing and caused a lot of problems in the stage and also in the other long one.
He lost nearly 40 seconds on the first stage, 55 on the second stage, and then had to struggle all the way into service back in mid-Wales in the farmyards of Builth Wells in the Royal Welsh Showgrounds. Well, the team knew what was needed, and they had everything ready as ever. Once more, though, it is a battle against the clock in these sort of situations. Rebuilding the suspension, straightening out the toe-in, and all the adjustments made. Time due out 11.05, time out 11.04 and 35. Skin of his teeth. Marcus Grönholm then 11th fastest on stage 2, fastest then on stage 3 and 4 to move up into 2nd place.
No, it's not so much. Still he can catch, I think, so it's not a problem for him.
Byrne's new teammate Petter Solberg went fastest of all on stage 2 in the Subaru, showing that the car's still got the speed to be up front. He was leading after stage 2, but spun on stage 3 to lose time. Colin McRae, second quickest on 3 and 4, took the lead after stage 3.
6 left over crest and left tightens the 4 plus cut, and 5 right plus opens, bump inside 100. 6 right into 6 crest 70. 6 right over crest into left and turn 3 right.
McRae's a 3 times winner on the Rally of Great Britain and the man most likely to stop Richard Byrne's taking a hat-trick. Carlos Sainz's teammate also going well. 6 on stage 4 despite this off. And after 4 tests, Sainz was in 3rd place, a Ford 1-3. Tommy Mäkinen going well in the early morning light as well. The forests of Britain, something that he does enjoy. Though in recent years, of course, he hasn't always got to test himself against them. But Freddie Loix, well, he was out on the 1st stage of the day, ending a really dismal season for the Belgian. He got the wrong line going in, coming out, hit a substantial log pile to exit at the end of the 1st stage. Stages 5 and 6 of the first day of the Rally of Wales, the Rally of Great Britain, the final and deciding round of the World Rally Championship. And Marcus Grönholm with the advantage, not just on the leaderboard, but also in championship points. Fastest on stage 5 to take the lead. Second fastest on stage 6 after a brush with, well, one of the locals. Richard Byrne's 11th on stage 5, but fastest on stage 6, just ahead of Grönholm, who hit a sheep on the previous stage. But Byrne's problems weren't over yet, sliding off the road in the mud.
60, fast left, a plus 20, fast left, tight and fast left minus 30, medium left.
Extremely wet and muddy, the Welsh forests today. Colin McRae spinning into a junction and losing a couple of seconds himself. He was 7th on stage 5, 9th on stage 6, dropped from the lead into 2nd place by 17.5 seconds. Carlos Sainz also showing just how perilously slippery it is. 17th fastest on stage 5, 6th on stage 6, but outside of the top 6.
Well, I'm trying to make the car a bit more, that I can get a bit more confidence. At the moment I'm just or grip or not grip, and trying to make it a bit more progressive if possible.
Well, Sainz's car showing the effects of a lack of grip, off the road twice on stage 5. Fortunately, no major damage done to the Ford Focus, but everybody finding traction at a real premium. Sainz explaining to Mäkinen he's gone off twice in the same stage. Mäkinen having a little laugh there with the Ford Motorsport Supremo. Tommy Mäkinen, 2nd fastest on stage 5, climbing to 3rd place, but 7th quickest on stage 6 as he slid back down to 4th. Looks as though the Finn hasn't quite got his tyre choice sorted out either. After stage 6, it was Frenchman Didier Auriol in a surprise 3rd place in the last ever rally with Seat. He said, I've been pushing very, very hard indeed. In fact, I've got no idea why we're still on the road, he laughs. Another Frenchman making a good start, Gilles Panizzi, the tarmac expert in the Peugeot crew, regularly in the top 5 times from the start. Fastest on stage 2, and that was his first ever fastest time on a gravel stage. In 5th place after 6 stages, just 2 seconds off 3rd. And into the final 2 of the day then, Hafren Sweetlam and Meijerin. Richard Burns climbing back up to 5th place at the end of leg 1.
It's good to get to the finish where I think we're in 5th place, and we're less than a minute behind Collins, so it's good to get here in one piece after the disaster of this morning.
Tommy Mäkinen in 4th place. Carlos Sainz in 3rd, 51.3 seconds behind the leader. He moved up from 7th after stage 6 to 3rd place after stage 8.
After all my excursions to look for mushrooms, I think it was not so bad.
Not bad at all. Marcus Grönholm, not bad either. Relaxing a little bit in the 2 final stages of the day as darkness started to fall, but second overnight, 19.5 seconds behind the leader.
It was difficult in the morning and on the last 2 now in the end of the day. But in the middle of the day it was good, and I tried to find the same feeling tomorrow.
Which leaves Colin McRae, 3 times a winner of the Rally of Great Britain, leading at the end of the first full day of blessedly muddy stages.
Into K jump 30, turn very tight, hairpin right.
You must be delighted to be top of the series.
Yes, it's just a shame that we can't, do anything with it as far as the championship's concerned.
But Colin McRae is out front, looking to add a 4th rally in Britain to his prestigious line of trophies. So here's how they go then. Burns would like to be where Grönholm is. Grönholm would be quite happy being where Burns is at the end of the first day, but I'm sure second will do him very nicely. And Marcus Grönholm has had a few lucky escapes on his way through the World Rally Championship this year. I don't think Richard Burns can count on too much. Manfred Stoll's Mitsubishi leads Group N from Gustavo Trelles, and Mark Higgins leads Vauxhall teammate Neil Weirden in Formula 2 in the last ever rally for Vauxhall's venerable Astra. We'll be back at 9:45 p.m. Tennis and a fair wind provided on British Eurosport. Join us for that day 2 coverage, and then on Sunday we'll round up the rest of the week.